Why did the United States invade Iraq? This is History You Don't Get in High School, Part 2. I guarantee you don't know. This is from Greg Grandin's really important book called Empire's Workshop. He is a professor at Yale. This is not even controversial. Donald Trump says we never should have been there. Hillary Clinton voted for it, said we shouldn't have been there. Bernie Sanders. Nobody thinks we should have been there, so why were we there? It's not 9/11. Iraq had nothing to do with 9/11. And it wasn't weapons of mass destruction because there were none. That was a pretext, a lie to get people to care. But they weren't there. In fact, Saddam Hussein was an ally in the 1980s when he was at war with Iran. We had beef with Iran, long story, and he was an ally. So what happened? It starts in Guatemala. What Grandin does is connect all of America's covert operations in Central and South America to Iraq. Basically, what America does for decades in Central and South America in places like Guatemala, creating a banana republic in Nicaragua, Chile, on and on and on and on and on, is we go in and we prop up a dictator. We take out their leadership, make sure there's a dictator in place that does the will of our corporations, like the United Fruit Corporation, think Chiquita Banana, Banana Republic. We prop up a dictator, not a democracy, and we have corporate takeover of the country. Therefore, this goes far beyond oil or bananas. If your guess was oil, which was a good guess, it's so much more than that. So in the 1950s and 60s especially, the CIA was sent in and some of our armed forces to undertake these covert ops. Starting in Guatemala, absolutely look it up because we're talking about the mass unaliving of local peoples, taking over their economy. I mean, we're talking torture. We're talking puppies, but I don't want this video on TikTok to get banned like my last two. And it was all done in the name of fighting communism, even when there really wasn't any communism to fight. But when America lost Vietnam, people were sort of against military growth, and the military-industrial complex needs a new reason to exist because communism ain't gonna cut it anymore. So what did they come up with? Terrorism. As Grandin says, it's a much more capacious term and one that can be deployed in the Middle East and elsewhere. Not only does America go in and prop up a dictator or other government favorable to American corporations, but everything is privatized. If anything's for the public good, it's privatized for American business interests, like water. You're not allowed to catch your own rainwater because it had to be for profit. Taking over commodities markets, getting rid of taxes, predatory loans forced on the people. It was a complete corporate takeover, and we did that in Iraq.